In this video, we will learn how to create an engineering master template. This is useful for when you have many of the same processes involved across many different parts. For instance, maybe you have the processes of laser, press brake, and powder paint that is or will be used across many different part numbers. And so you'd want to create a template that would allow you at the click of a button to insert those processes into an engineering master. So to create a template, we'll start by going to View, All Customers. We'll select Engineering Masters. That's where the engineering master templates reside. And we're going to add a new part. And we'll say the part number is laser. Press brake powder. Go ahead and add this part. Now you will notice that the background color is green. That is to signify that you are on the engineering master templates, and this is not an actual part that would have a quote or an order associated with it. We can update the part information. Now the description is what will be shown on the button label for you to click on when adding this template into an engineering master. So we're going to put laser, comma, press brake, comma, powder pen. So that's our description. Now we will create an engineering master for this template. So we will add the first process of laser. Then we will add press brake. And then finally we will add powder paint. Now notice I'm not adding any quotations to these because they will vary depending on the different parts and the things that we're looking at. Also, in this video, I'm not adding any material requirements to these processes, but if you added the material requirement to them, then those material requirements would also populate into your engineering master. And so once I have the engineering master done for this template, however I want it to look with all of the processes and all of the material requirements that I want in this template, we will scroll down to this button down here that says Add this EM engineering master to your quick picks. So I will click this. And we now see that we have this laser, press brake, powder paint. You notice that is the part description. So whatever is in your part description will be what shows in the button for your engineering master quick pick. So now we have this template set up. What we are going to do now is go to a part. So we will go to All Customers. For this example, we will use Sample Customer. This is sample part 2. Here is this part that is set up. When we go to the engineering master, we notice that the master is blank. Now here is the engineering master quick pick or template that we set up earlier. So I could click on this button. And we'll notice that it populated this engineering master in one click. All of the master's processes that were set up underneath the template of laser, press brake, powder paint. Now you can edit these templates at any time. So I'll hit edit and it lets you know that it's going to open in a new tab. And that once you finish editing the master, you need to refresh the screen after you close that tab. So we can see that we have laser, press brake, powder paint. And let's just add another process of send to outside service. And let's go ahead and add a requirement to the laser. So we've added 48 by 120 gauge cold roll steel to the laser. And for powder paint, we can add a material requirement. Now, I have to move this to the powder paint. Okay. So now I've moved it to be a material requirement for the powder paint. So now you can see the master's a little more filled out with laser and a material requirement. Press brake, powder paint with a material requirement. Send outside service. So we're going to close this tab now that we're done editing that template. We'll refresh the page. I'm going to go ahead and delete this engineering master here so that we're starting fresh. And now when I click on the template, you'll see that it put in exactly what was in the engineering master template. Here's the laser, purchase requirement, press brake, powder paint with the purchase requirement, send out service. And receive back from outside service. Now it's important to note that the template is going to pull in the quantities that you listed on the engineering master. And so you see that this is still requiring a quantity of 1. So you will have to come in and change your quantities to what is reflective of the part you're using, and you would have to add the quotes to the different machines. And you just gotta nurse the engineering master into being reflective of the part you're setting up. But these buttons are a quick way that you can add to your engineering master in a real quick way. Also, you can have more than one quick pick down here, and you can add more than one of these to the engineering master. So if I click this again, we're gonna see it's gonna add all of these same processes: laser purchase, press break, powder paint, send outside service, receive back, starting right here. Now we wouldn't do that two of the same, but you may have a template for laser press break, another template for powder paint, another template for send outside service, another template for deburring and quality control or something like that. And so you could keep clicking the templates and building your answering master. To show that, I'm just gonna go ahead and click this one more time, and we'll notice that we see here is the laser press break powder paint. So that's the first time I clicked it, and now you can see it's added it again. Laser press break powder paint, send outside service. And so with the engineering master templates, you can create a quick way to make engineering masters for your system. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.